app of the day today is Lightyear. Now, Lightyear is a new investment app from one of the original employees at TransferWise. If you're not familiar with TransferWise, they basically revolutionized the currency transfer industry by really bringing down costs. They're one of the cheapest places to send money abroad, and they have one of the slickest UXs, user experiences around there. So Martin Sock founded Lightyear a few years ago. I did an interview with him. It's on the Good Money Guide if you want to go and find out a bit more about why he founded Lightyear, how he got investment from people like Richard Branson to fund the project, and also what his objectives for the business are. It's well worth watching that interview. But for this, we're just going to demonstrate some of the functionalities of Lightyear, tell you what we like about it, tell you what we don't like about it, so you can make up your mind as to whether or not it's the right investment app for you to use. I'm going to show you the pricing structure, because this is really what separates Lightyear apart from all the other investment apps out there. Here is their pricing structure, and as you can see, commission-free trading, commission-free fractional shares, and you can't get away with not paying stamp duty and tax on various investments around the world, so you still have to pay that. There's no custody fee for holding an account, there's no fees for accounts in different currencies, and there's no transfer fees for sending money in unless you're doing a fast deposit transfer. But if you want to save money, then don't do that. The only thing they make their money on is foreign exchange. So if you are a UK customer, you put sterling into your account and then you buy a US share, they make 0.35% on that conversion from sterling to dollar. They do make some money in the background in various other ways, but the only direct charge to you is the commission that you pay when you're converting one currency to another. Let's just load up the app and I'll show you some of the features that are available to investors on the app. Okay, so this is the app. It's very much got a TransferWise feel to it. It's very easy to use. It's very slick. The initial screen is you can search for any investment you want. You can break that down into stocks and ETFs, and you can also break it down into what region you want, US or UK. Now, one of the downsides about this app is that if you are a UK investor, you can only invest in a general investment account. They haven't got ISA accounts at the moment. They should be coming in the future, but for now, you have to invest in a general investment account so you don't get the tax breaks on your gains. And if you want to invest in UK shares like HSBC, for example, or Prudential or Vodafone, you have to invest in the ADR, which is the American Depository Receipt. If you want to know more about that, go to the website. We've got a guide on it. It's basically the US version of the share. So instead of buying HSBC or Vodafone on the London Stock Exchange, you're buying it on one of the American exchanges. Now, clearly the reason they do that is because they only earn their money on foreign exchange when you convert one currency to another. But the offset of that is they only charge 0.35%, whereas the other providers, if you, example, look at our US stock buying accounts, for example, you can see that it's only really Interactive Brokers that is cheaper. They charge 0.02%. They really are incredibly cheap for it. Everybody else, like Interactive Investor, charges between 0.25%, 1.5%. You also have to pay dealing commission, £7.99 if you're not a regular trader. Again, Hargreaves Lansdown, £11.95. Their FX rate can be up to 1% for small transactions. AJ Bell, generally a low-cost platform, but still you have to pay 0.5% to buy US shares and a commission of $9.99. Saxo Markets 0.5% again, and 2 cents a share, whereas the advantage of Lightyear is that you don't pay commission. The only thing you pay is that 0.35% foreign exchange charge. So you really sort of got to work out which works out best for you. But anyway, back to the app. So they have a fairly limited range of ETFs and shares to invest in, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let me just quickly show you. You can see here on the app, they've got a nice discover screen where you can see the 100 or so ETFs that they offer. They also break that down into countries. So, for example, if you just want exposure to the UK, you invest in UK ETFs. If you just want to generate income from ETFs, you can invest in those. You can also invest in ETFs that cover sectors like mining, world materials, telecoms, real estate. If you're an ethical investor, they've got a range of ethical ETFs in there, and bonds as well. So again, if you want exposure to the money markets, you can invest in bonds. In fact, if you're interested in ESG investing, let's just quickly go back to that. They've got quite a nice information page when you look at products. They've obviously got the charts in which you can look at short to long term, but it also gives you lots of information on what that ETF contains and how it performs. So you can see what's in that ETF. You can see the sectors that it covers. You've got a nice visualization of the regions that ETF is invested in, and it gives you the ETF objectives as well. What is the purpose of the ETF? But just going back to the main screen, again, you've only got 100 ETFs to choose from. And in the UK, you've got 46 stocks, Europe 148, China. It's quite nice to be able to invest in China. It's quite difficult to invest in Chinese listed stocks. So Lightyear, again, they're dollar-denominated stocks. So instead of converting money to Japanese yen, you're converting money to dollars and holding the US version of the stock. There's quite a few US stocks on there, 2,000. And you've also got exposure to the French, Dutch and Belgian markets, which actually, when I spoke to Martin Sob, he was saying that's really what his objective is to help people invest in their local markets, but also, if we're honest, over half the flow goes out to the US markets because that's what people want to invest in. They want to invest in Tesla, Microsoft, Netflix, these well-known household names. One of the other cool things about Lightyear is they do pay interest on cash balances. Obviously, interest rates are high at the moment, so if you do have some cash sitting around that you don't want to put in the market, you can earn interest on that. So for the purposes of this demo, let's just look at what's popular at the moment. Obviously, Tesla and Apple are popular, the two household names. Everybody wants to invest in them. If you want to know whether or not they're a good investment for your portfolio, go to the website, read our analysis. We look at whether or not Tesla or Microsoft are a good investment for your portfolio at the moment, or if you're better off waiting for the share price to drop a little bit. It's well worth a read. And for example, you can't afford an entire Tesla share, which is $181. The market's closed at the moment, but you can buy, say, $25 worth of it. How much have we got in our account? We've got £43 at the moment, so obviously we can't buy $181 worth of shares, but if we just wanted to buy $25 worth of Tesla, you can put that in the market and it will break it down as a fractional order, so you just buy a fraction of some Tesla shares, or $25 worth, rather than a share amount. So it's quite good for us small investors to get access to the market. Just confirm that, and then there you go. That's submitted when the American market's open. We shall own some Tesla shares, or a fraction of some Tesla shares. Thanks for watching.